You know, I found an ad on Facebook a while ago, and it said something along the lines of cleaner required. Looking for someone who uses their initiative, and if they see something that needs doing, to just do it and invoice later. And I thought to myself, wow, that is usually so not the case when people are looking for a cleaner. Normally, when people are looking for a cleaner, they have a particular budget and they want to get certain things done within the time frame of which they can afford. So it's actually not a case that most cleaners don't use their initiative, but if they did use their initiative and start cleaning in places that weren't specified by the client, then the client could actually be very unhappy if you then presented them with a bill for an extra couple of hours of cleaning that they didn't ask for. So that brings me to this video. Now, I've had a cleaning agency, I've worked as a cleaner, and I've had a cleaning agency for over 15 years now. And I can tell you that we have one client who says, take as long as you want and make sure everything's really clean. So one client out of many, many more that actually thinks along the lines of the person who wrote that particular ad for a cleaner. One of the toughest things that cleaners often find is knowing what needs to be done within a time frame. So I just want to give you a quick little breakdown of what I normally tell our new contract cleaners, just to give them a guideline. Now, of course, this is only a guideline, and what I always say is when you first meet your new client, get them to walk you around their house and so that they can let you know what they want done during the cleaning time, what's really important to them, and also what they have and have not liked in past situations where they've had a cleaner come and clean for them. This is really valuable information, and if you ask the right questions to begin with, then it's going to make everything so much easier because you're not guessing, you know what they want because you've talked about it. So normally what I say, in a 2-hour clean, most people just want the floors and bathrooms done. If 5 minutes get spent on the kitchen, then so be it. But usually in the houses that we clean for are quite large, and so often, you know, I usually judge half an hour per bathroom. And so, you know, you can imagine a two bathroom house, an hour for the bathrooms and an hour for the floors. Now, keeping in mind that when people want their floors cleaned by a professional cleaner, they don't usually just want a quick little going over. I go over my floors really quickly most days of the week, but when I have a cleaner come and clean for me, I expect, and I always ask, that the job be done really, really thoroughly. And by that I mean underneath the furniture, pull the chairs out from the table, get underneath everything. Not just going over places once, but actually going over several times so that you can really agitate the carpet and get the dust and dirt out. That means doing the job thoroughly. You also want to have the right tools for the job, because if you've got a really, crappy vacuum cleaner, then it's going to be a lot harder and the job's going to take a lot longer for you to get it done. So good quality tools are going to help you get the job done efficiently. Normally in an hour, I mean, I'm just very much averaging here, but in an hour of the vacuuming and mopping, I would say estimate 40 minutes on the thorough vacuuming and about 20 minutes on the mopping, because of course it takes time to actually fill up the mop buckets, get those sorts of things ready. And also in many houses, like in my house, you'll often have to change between a wooden floor cleaner and a floor cleaner that's suitable for tiles. I mean, some days I use a floor cleaner that is suitable for the whole house, but sometimes you find in big houses like mine that you would be better off changing the bucket and the water anyway, because you're going to get a much better result. The job will look a lot better when you're finished if you use clean water. If the mop water is looking too dirty, then all you're doing is swishing around dirt. You're probably not really cleaning the floors very well, and they probably won't look so great. So, say a 3-hour clean, an average 3-hour clean, you might actually, let's call it a 2-bathroomed, 4-bedroom house with a living room and a rumpus room, something like that. That's fairly average for the houses in around Brisbane, Australia, that we clean for as being the sort of the larger renovated modern Queenslanders or whatever. So, you know, with for a 3-hour job in that size house, there's 1 hour, of course, already gone in the 2 bathrooms. 1 hour is gone in the floors, and in a house that gets a 3-hour clean, they might actually even have a larger floor space that needs to be attended to. So it might actually take an hour to an hour and a half to clean the floors. And you might spend half an hour, 45 minutes, somewhere along the line to be cleaning the kitchen and doing a bit of damp dusting throughout the place. Now, as I have said, I always just damp dust. I usually, when I'm wiping, I'll either have a bucket, or in the kitchen, I'll fill up some warm water and some detergent, and I will have my cloth, I'll rinse it out, squeeze it out really well, and then go around and quickly wipe all the surfaces. And I just fold the cloth over as I go so that I can keep using it, wipe new places, and then go and rinse it, or rinse it in the bucket. When I say clean the kitchen, the things that you would always need to do when you clean the kitchen is wipe the kitchen benches, wipe the microwave, wipe the stovetop, clean the cupboard doors. A lot of people don't do that, but hey, cupboard doors, it makes such a difference when the cupboard doors are clean. And believe me, they get dirty. If you actually look carefully, you will see how dirty they are. If you've got more time in a kitchen, you might actually open the doors up, clean the top edges, or you know, clean where people often touch the door frames on the inside. You might open the fridge up and just wipe out a couple of shelves, or wipe the things out. You want to do all of this before you do the floors in the kitchen, because that way you can wipe all the dust and dirt onto the floors, and then, you know, as soon as you're finished, the vacuum cleaner is all ready to go and you're ready to do the kitchen. So having said that, what I often do is actually, I'll start with the bathrooms. I'll vacuum the bathroom first and clean the bathroom. Do the same thing. And then what I'll often do is vacuum the whole house except for the kitchen. And I'll place the vacuum cleaner near the kitchen, wipe over the kitchen depending on how much time I've got. And then as soon as I've done that, vacuum that area and then get on to the mopping. And that is helpful, particularly in really large houses, because you don't want to leave all the vacuuming and all the mopping to that last hour or two at the end, because otherwise you get really sore shoulders, and that's going to be bad for you for things like repetitive strain injury or things like that, because you're using the same muscle groups for a long period of time. So you want to break things up. Maybe do one bathroom, then vacuum upstairs, then come down and do the other bathroom, vacuum downstairs. Break things up and look after your body. It's your greatest tool. So 4-hour clean, pretty much the same thing, only often though places are either larger or their clients who usually keep their house to a really, really high level of clean and tidy. And they know and want you to really take your time to clean every skirting board, every windowsill, every corner, every nook and cranny, you know. And they know and appreciate what you're doing, because they know what it takes to keep their house at that really high level. So it's all different. You know, people are different, people have different budgets, but usually you can work with someone's budget, and really having a cleaner can make a big difference in their lives. I know what I do. I don't have a cleaner that often. I'll often have a cleaner when I'm trialing new cleaners just to see where they're at. But I actually quite like that because I'll spend all that time that the person's cleaning, and I'll be able to have that time to put things away, declutter a little bit more than I normally have time for. And at the same time, I'm getting to see how they're cleaning and what methods they're using and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot involved with being a cleaner, but usually if it comes down to it, if you've got good communication with your client and they see that you're professional, you're consistent, you care about what you do, then they're going to really respect, you know, your efforts and appreciate you. And you just really stick with what they want done. It's their money. It's up to them how they want you to spend the time. You might be just loved. I've heard of cases where people have gone, I've got a cleaner, but all she wants to do is fold the washing, but I really wanted to clean my bathrooms. That is crazy. But, you know, professional cleaners don't behave like that. They have good communication with their clients and they get the job done. So I hope that's been helpful and you have a good day.